students, this whole case study, which I'm going to share with you, is to make you understand how these various mock-up techniques using different materials can actually give us a lot of creative insights, a lot of creative synergy for building forms and functional products. So here let me sort of take you through this journey of this spoon design. So we have 6 students whose presentation I'm sort of sharing with you. For example, the first stage in all these journey was to basically just start with creative ideation. The whole idea was that your purpose was to design a spoon, and you don't even look at the function as of now कि मैं किसके लिए कर रहा हूँ, क्या कर रहा हूँ, but you will start using creative analogies just to build, because it's like an assignment we did. And then of course, after you build, you do all those processes like I told you last time. When you make a lot of ideas, whatever comes to your mind, you build. Whatever analogies you take, you build. Or you could take an analogy of a bird feeding its baby bird. You can take an analogy of indirect analogies, which could be what if I take inspiration from my mobile phone and design a spoon? It looks foxy, no? How can I use a mobile phone to design a spoon? Students, anybody can help me there? अगर मैं मोबाइल फोन को कंसिडर करूंगा as a symbolic analogy to design a spoon.
Maybe the way we hold the phone. Maybe the way we hold the phone.
Good. I just take the holding aspect, yeah, wide. Very nice. You could take the technical aspect, or like technical aspect of how you sort of how you interact with the mobile phone. Press, no? Like for example, with you use a thumb to do an activity. So can I use a thumb to press something where my spoon becomes more deep or more? So I'm just trying to push our mind into thinking various things. So here, because the assignment was like that, we are trying to do all that. But very good. So like that, for example, you build a lot of ideas, you cluster them, and then look for function. Are kahan ye fit hoega? And then you build products. So that was the whole journey to exemplify the issue of creativity. And remember, students, we have a lot of these courses. Now, form ka course hota hai to khali hum form ka sochte, manufacturing sochte. Agar materials ka course hota hai to we always think how this material should be used effectively. In fact, I've coined a new name called the champion properties of material. जब तक आप उसका champion property नहीं use करोगे, वो बहुत गलत हो जाता है. I should tell you this very good instance. When I was in Hawkins, I was telling the CEO कि भाई आप ये Hawkins का कुकर, stainless steel का कुकर, एल्यूमिनियम के जैसे क्यों बना रहे हो? ना स्टूडेंट्स, एल्यूमिनियम कुकर देखा ना आपने, वो गोल ऊपर जाता है, स्पिनिंग करते हैं एल्यूमिनियम में, बिकॉज एल्यूमिनियम इज अ सॉफ्ट मटेरियल, उसको आप स्पिन करके घुमा सकते हो. अभी स्टेनलेस स्टील को स्पिन करने के लिए यू नीड ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ फोर्स एंड द प्रोडक्ट बिकम्स वेरी एक्सपेंसिव. स्टेनलेस कुकर्स आर nearly 1.5 times, 2 times more expensive than aluminum cookers. So then, but the biggest problem is perception. People wanted cooker in the same size, I believe, in the same shape, I believe, because they're used to that shape. So that's the business angle, but a manufacturing angle looks very wrong. So it's very interesting, situations which keep coming to us. Sarang had considered a spoon for a 2 to 5 year old child after this idea generation. Let me show you his multiple ideas, very very interesting ideas, different shapes. So look at all the shapes, students. These shapes can be inspired by a car, inspired by a tube, inspired by anything around you. It can be inspired by animals, whatever. So context here is how would you go about the process step by step. Cluster formation. So now, isn't it interesting? So these are all the ideas. So how do you form clusters, students? And why do you need to learn a systematic idea generation?
Maybe because we are able to build on the ideas and add features when we go systematically.
Build upon ideas. Very good answer. Why do you think we should have a systematic way of having a lot of ideas and then building into 3 concepts and fighting to choose one concept to take it to the market?
Then we can have extreme ideas and we can pick up something out of it. It might not be possible, but it can have some point that we can include in the actual design that we will take forward. So if we have
a very good point. So what happens is when you put a lot of ideas together, you don't miss any important feature into your final concept. A concept is an amalgamation of multiple ideas. Unsolved and solution to multiple problems. क्योंकि एक आपका प्रोडक्ट होता है, उसके बहुत फंक्शन होते हैं. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये बॉटल है, इसमें मुझे पीना भी पड़ता है, पानी भरना भी पड़ता है, टेबल पे भी रखना पड़ता है, और वो कैप टाइट लीक भी नहीं होना. 1,000 things, right? For cap not to leak, I need different design. For table to rest properly, I need. For to hold better, I need. So you have a lot of things. For each holding के लिए, I can come up with 10 ideas. For a cap, I can come up with 10 ideas. For the for the putting on the table, so that it's stable, I can come with 12 ideas. Are you following? So a lot of each product is a like combination of multiple requirements, and these multiple requirements, you come up with multiple ideas and you choose the best idea. Of course, you choose a cluster of ideas which will form. For example, if I'm looking at a carry-on bottle, where my cluster will change. The way I cluster the ideas will change. If I'm looking at a bottle for a table, my cluster of ideas will change. So depending upon your functional need, then you build your clusters. So that we'll be showing you in detail over here. So here we have these cluster of ideas, and then once you've decided here that I want to design for 2 to 3 year old, it should be fun, it should be movement, it should be earlier we thought children, but then we got this age group fixed up. So we can see that there are distinctly 3 different types of shapes. So see and there is no hard and fast rule in creativity. You can have a different clustering method also, and it will give you very, very good results. In cluster 1, wherever the handles were slender, the spouts were wide, he picked them. Formally, he made cluster 1 with these type of wider spout and handle. And cluster 2, for example, you can see how they got a very, very funky handle, and there's interesting details, and it's a very handle oriented designs. And of course the 3 don't sit any of them. They both have spouts and some interesting handle, so they're both best of both worlds. So he made it into cluster 3. So now how do you sort of take these clusters forward? Let us see. So out of this, for example, for each of the cluster, you take one representative, which is a very close representative of your requirement. A spoon for a children, 2 to 3 year old children. And once you take that representative, which is wide spout and very nice wide handle, you actually fit in all the features of the other other details of the cluster. Look at all the other cluster details, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just imagine if you can put in all these things, not directly but analogically also. Analogy means, जैसे मैंने अभी वो बोला था ना आपको, if I consider alligator teeth, I can, I don't need to put exactly the alligator teeth, but I can give that, rough texture over there so that it grips better. But here, when I say analogical, for example, if the handle and spout is wide, I can just turn this spoon into a wider spout spoon. I can add a triangular feature into it. Let us see how it has been done. So when I add each of those features, into it, see how the representative has changed. The representative has got a handle which is bent. It's got a spout which has got a opening, because there's a flat opening on the side for one of your earlier designs. So you change the idea, you grow the idea, and I believe this is not possible automatically in the mind. This is possible only when you externalize your thought process by sketching. And of course, this becomes the concept 1. So then we come to concept 2, where this becomes the representative, the triangular handle one, and you have to add all that other features, that hole to hold your thumb, that clamp. Clamp means to grip better, that bend which is coming in. So and this is the way the idea was grown into a concept. And then when you grow the idea into a concept, this is what became the concept 2. And of course, from here we have the representative, one of them forming the representative. You add all the ideas to it, and you make concept 3. So you choose out of these 3, depending upon your brief. You consider which one would you like to take it forward as the best representation of all the functions or all the requirements of the spoon. Like, it should be playful, it should be easy to use, it should be easy to grip, all those things which a 3-year-old would like to have. And here still, students, we're not still doing any survey or any discussion on any internet survey. We just, this is just an assignment to build ideas to concepts and mock-ups. And then here comes the interesting journey now. what we did is, remember the strange, familiar, familiar, strange, but now we are also adding materials. We said we will build these spoons with wire. We will build these spoons with flat paper and flat metal. Just see how the things change, how the profiles change. And a lot of it happens because when you're doing it is, for visually also it works for us to understand. But when you're doing it yourself, you realize a lot of aspects of when it's a fold, how can I stiffen it? How can I make this groove in the middle so that it's stiff? How can I make the spout so that it's easy to handle? So, things like that will come. And of course, when you make it in, like a solid form, what would you get? So, and then you're doing enacting, you're, playing, you're, working with it, you're holding it. So all these things are happening, and that will, give you, of course, and similarly, it is done for all the other, ideas too. And then here, students, remember, you must have done a form course sometime where you had this planar, like planar, solid forms, planar forms, and wire forms. See, all the three now are implemented in your form development for your spoon. And the creativity is phenomenal when you do that. And of course, the wired model. So when you do the wired model, cognitively, you're looking at, how the rings will come, how the, like how the rings will be attached to the wires, joining the surfaces. So all that would be, built using that. And when you do a solid 3D foam models, you will get this done. And of course, you enact, you play, you do drama to check out how things move. And then, you sketch out the details. You do the representation of these details using mock-up models. And, of course, you check up 2-3 variations of the selected concept. This is selected as a concept. So they're making variations of this concept, try to do further refinement if it can be simplified. Like, finally, it was, considered to use it in the, like form rather than one whole form. And, like, this was selected. Of course, you bring in all the details of manufacturing, materials, what will be done, how will it be, manufactured, and of course, what type of tooling costs will come in. All those are considered. And then, of course, you have your final, working prototype to see how the spoon works and how the spoon, feeds. So this is, just I want to share with you the journey of this spoon. There are other, like interesting, spoons also. So maybe I will, quickly show you that before I leave you with your own development of these two creative techniques of mock-ups using a lot of paper, 3D surfaces and planar surfaces to build your models, and of course, analogies from the earlier study. We have the soup spoon. The clusters coming in like this, different, radical spoons in cluster 1, and this becomes a cluster representative. And, there's a concept 1. Similarly, you have the thin handle spoons as cluster 2. Then he built this, as his, final concept. And this is an interesting concept where, people used to drink it from the back also, the spoon, he built that later on. And thick handle spoon again. And in exploratory models, I must to build all the things. And the exploratory models can be pretty rough because they are just getting your cognitive and your visual thing correct. And of course, finally selected one concept and took it forward. And this is the final prototype he built, and it could rest on the soup bowl, and it can be used to drink from the back also if some kid is going to play with it. So he made a nice groove at the back so it can cool the soup and drink reverse. I think children like to do that a lot. He didn't say children's soup spoon, but he just called it a soup spoon. Amey worked on a spoon for the elderly. So here I'll rush to just show you the images. All the explorations are not, they can be very rough, but exploration is very important. Look at the exploration and wire, interesting. This interesting topic, this Nagsen took this interesting topic of using the Gujarati weddings. They have something called the tasting spoon, and that bridal spoon has to be very elaborate because it's a procedure like the bridegroom's side goes and tastes the food. So what type of spoon that should be, so he tried a lot of options, and finally you'll see, he built a very good, because of this enacting and the feeling of pride, or feeling of a ceremony. The spoon was pretty well uh, designed. And this is the third cluster representative. So it could be worn on the hand and gone, and it's got a value proposition there. And all the exploratory models. And finally, this is selected as the main one because it's an event and you have to have the importance and holding. And of course, the spout is pretty small because you don't need that big thing for tasting. And how would you use it? How would you feel it? And does it give you that type of importance? So all that also comes in this detail. And finally, you get a prototype of it. Darshan was interested in a traveling spoon. And again, very interesting topics. I will, rush over here because a similar phenomenon, multiple ideas, build mock-ups and build cluster representatives. Sorry, first you build your cluster representatives. Then after representatives, you build these multiple mock-ups using 3 different materials. Very interesting: wire, paper, and thermocol, so solids, planars, and wires, lines. So with that, you build and see how things happen, take it forward, and enacting is very important, though it doesn't work. So this is the final spoon which came in. So that space in the middle gave very good protection for holding. The finger goes inside and really locks when you're traveling. And for traveling, the side, so that the food doesn't fall off. There's the side rim, which was very important. And maybe this is what came up as his final prototype. And I think Johan had pets, so he liked to make a spoon for a pet. Let me quickly go and show you the final option here. Same pattern, same detailing, same options. Wide mouth. I really don't know how. See, again, very interesting thing is we're not checking out whether it will work well or not. We just still, seeing from our perception how the, spoon is a very short handle and, like good spout. And I don't know that's really, good for a pet, but, that was not the requirement here. The requirement was to come up with a very, new spoon, which could be very different. But of course, that's what happens in courses where, if you're built on creativity, what are your outcomes? And of course, people can get inspired and do multiple things out of this. And some more spoons. This is, I think spoon for, measuring, spoon for semi-liquid food. Then we have the spoon for having tea and coffee. This spoon sits on the, on the mug vertically. So very nice design again. Then we had spoon for long jars. So you press that and the, spout comes up. If you have to take a pickle from a deep bottle, you put it in and then you press, then the spout comes up. I think, very nice idea here. And spoon for rasgulla as a celebration. Another spoon for kids with good, handle and spout. And of course, all the spoons in one place. So Sridhar, I'll just show you this, direction to emphasize the mock-up models for creativity. It could play a very, very vital role. It could be in wire, paper, or in 3D forms. You could really come up with very, very different and very, very useful, ideas and concepts and, final designs. Today, we discussed 2 important things. One is using Synaptics to come up with, wonderful, different and new ideas. And the other one is to use mock-up modeling as a very important tool to come up with, good form building.